Warning, the following video will contain content that is not appropriate for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back for another one of my Pokemon Battle Revolution discussion battles. Fuck yeah. Alright, so I got something a little bit different for you guys today. This one should actually be pretty fun. Something, again, a little bit kind of different. So, for the most part, for those of you guys who don't know how I do these, particular discussion battles, I almost never script any of these particular battles because, again, I like to speak from the heart. I like to keep it real on this particular YouTube channel. And I feel like the best way to do that for the most part, unless I'm really trying to get a point across, is to just kind of, again, speak from the heart and not script any of this, any of the things that I say. Because, again, I like to keep it real for the most part. That being said, this is going to be one of those exceptions, and it's only going to be partially scripted, mostly because I'm taking quotes directly from people during this particular discussion. So I'm going to be discussing something that went on actually in our group chat for our workplace. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a host at a restaurant, and we have this group chat thing on Facebook using Facebook Messenger, I believe it is, or whatever. So that way we can, communicate about different things, about like when people need shifts covered and just other shit in general. It's also how they post the schedule as well. We do it through that particular Facebook group and whatnot, and yeah. So what I'm going to be reading for you guys today is utterly hilarious. It's going to be some excerpts of people saying things from my from that particular group chat. And this particular discussion was fucking hilarious because of the fact that one of the managers ended up getting fucking roasted for kind of being an idiot. And this is actually kind of the same manager that I was talking about last time, who allegedly said some stupid shit about us not being allowed to have a host tips jar, which I quickly made sure that that was, not the case, which is why we do have a host tips jar now. But yeah, if you guys want to hear more about that, watch the previous video because got a little bit fired up during that one, not gonna lie. But yeah, this particular manager now I have had a couple problems with since that host tips thing, since the argument about the host tips jar. Although it wasn't really much of an argument, but yeah, I have kind of seen now since that incident why some people don't really like this manager so much. I mean, I don't think anyone has any really huge issues with this particular manager. But that being said, I understand now why a lot of people say that she is, not the favorite of the managers. And yeah, to be honest, she's never really been my favorite manager either. Again, for the most part, I've never had any personal issues with her. Or with really anyone else for that matter, but yeah, sometimes she just has a bad habit of, and I mean this in the nicest way, but being a stone cold bitch. So, yeah. Anyway, and I say that with love. Again, I have nothing personal against this particular manager. But sometimes she can be a bit of a, I don't know if bitch is the right word necessarily, but a bit of an idiot or a hardhead at times. So, yeah, and this was one of those circumstances where she got completely roasted. And I thought I would just share this with you guys because it was fucking hilarious. Alright, so the following things I'm going to be reading are direct quotes from these particular people. I'm not going to be using their actual names. I gave them all made-up names because I don't want to use any of the names of my actual coworkers. So I gave them names that are somewhat similar to their real-life names, but also, obviously not their real-life names. Okay, so this is the manager that I'm talking about. Her name is Denise. Well, it's not actually Denise, but that's the name that I gave her, just for the sake of, making this storyline go smooth. So, Denise posted in the group chat. She said, and she posted this picture, right? She posted a picture of a straw that was on the floor, in our restaurant, right? So she posted a picture of this straw that was on the floor in our restaurant, and she stated the following. This straw has been on the floor for 4 days now. Please remember to sweep and mop or anything. Which I'm like, okay, you know, it was probably on the bar side anyway, so I didn't really think much of it, and the bar side does not really fall under my particular jurisdiction, so I was like, alright, well, I wouldn't have seen it anyway, so, you know, whatever. I didn't really think too much of it at first. So then one of the servers replies, her name is Morgan, so Morgan, the server, replies, everyone is picking up people's slack. It's hard to do everything perfect when you're always getting the shit end of the stick. Maybe we can all work together and help keep the place as clean as possible. So then Denise, the manager, replies, wasn't meaning it towards anyone personally, but yes, that's all I'm asking for. And then to that, Morgan replies, it's about everyone needing to step up a little bit. We're understaffed and only have a dishwasher 3 days a week, and we're just struggling right now, so we need to help each other out. Which again, yeah, true statement. Again, things have been a little bit up in the air ever since this whole COVID thing started. So then another manager chimes in and says this. The manager being, in this case, Vanessa. So the manager, Vanessa, states this. So replies to Morgan in basically replying to this whole conversation. She says this. Guys, I think it really comes down to us, myself included, being very unmotivated because it's slow and pretty miserable right now. And that is true. It has been very slow ever since the whole COVID thing started. Our restaurant has not been as busy as we were expecting, so it has been actually pretty slow at our workplace. All right, continuing on here with what she said. We are understaffed and underpaid. That being said, we do need to get better and do some stuff, if anything, for each other because life is still poop right now. Again, a statement that I can honestly 100% agree with. We are all exhausted mentally, so let's just take care of each other. Nobody wants to get stuck with someone else's work, so please do the best you can to make sure someone else starts or continues their shift as easily as possible. Be nice to customers, etc., but especially be extra supportive of each other right now. Again, a statement I 100% agree with. Again, I've always liked this particular manager. I feel like we've always gotten along pretty well. I just happen to think she's a very reasonable person. Now, so remember when I said that at the beginning of this video that one of the managers just got totally fucking roasted in the comment section? So, again, let me bring you guys back for a minute in this conversation to the first thing that the manager said. So the first statement that kind of started this whole conversation that the manager said was, this straw has been on the floor for 4 days now. Please remember to sweep and mop or anything. Right? So that was the first statement that the manager said. So a server replied a little bit later in the conversation to the first comment that the manager said. And here's what the server said. The server being Stephanie. She actually isn't working there and hasn't come back since the whole COVID thing, so she kind of took a jab at the manager here and can't, you know, she isn't really suffering any consequences for it because she ain't working at the moment. So, again, let me just read the statement one more time that the manager originally had put out in the group chat, and then I will go right into what the server replied with. So the first statement said by Denise, the manager, was, this straw has been on the floor for 4 days now. Please remember to sweep and mop or anything. And then the server, Stephanie, replies with this. I feel like if you've noticed a straw for 4 days, you probably could have picked it up in the 4 days it was there, or just ask someone who's working with you to sweep the floors. If something needs to get done, ask each other. And if it's as slow as everyone says it is, there should be plenty of time to clean. It's a little bit mean to come at people when you've noticed the problem and done nothing to fix it. I laughed so fucking hard when I read that. I can't even express to you guys how, like, good of a thorough roasting that was. Like, Stephanie just fucking put Denise on a spit roast and just roasted her fucking ass. Like, over and over and over again. Like, that was one of the finest roastings I have ever seen in my fucking life. It was so so fucking good. Oh my god, Stephanie just fucking, again, just put Denise on a goddamn spit roast and just roasted her bitch ass over and over and over again. And by the way, Denise never replied to that comment. Because, again, how do you reply to that? I mean, you just got thoroughly shut down. Again, I have nothing personal against Denise for the most part. I've never, again, except for that whole tip jar thing and just a couple things I've noticed. And, you know, with things like this, like, yeah, again, Denise said that the straw had been on the floor for 4 days, right? Again, if you've noticed it, why didn't you fucking just do something about it or just pick it up? Like, literally take the 2 seconds to just pick it up. Like, it's really gonna kill you to fucking do that. But no, instead you gotta leave it on the floor for 4 days and then bitch about it in the fucking, you know, bitch about it in the group chat. Like, really? And again, Stephanie just kind of pointed out how fucking stupid that was of, you know, Denise to say that. You know, again, you've noticed it for 4 days and you did nothing to solve the problem. Like, oh my god, that was such an A-list roasting. And again, I've never had any personal problems with, you know, with Denise. I've never had any personal issues with Denise, for the most part. Again, except for that host tips thing that I was talking about last time. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because, god damn, that was such a good roasting. That was some fun shit. Although that particular discussion actually did take a little bit of work, because I had to copy the, you know, replies from the group chat and then put them into a Google Doc. But yeah, that was just hilarious. I wanted to get that word for word because Stephanie just, nailed it. Just fucking nailed the shit out of Denise. That was so fucking good. Because again, Denise has a bad habit of, you know, bitching about stupid shit. You know? And granted, some of the shit she complains about is, you know, legitimate. And again, I really don't have any problems with Denise for the most part, you know? But yeah, she does have a bad habit of just being an idiot or, you know, being a hardhead at times. So, yeah, I was really happy that someone had called her out for that. Again, I wasn't going to do it because I'm still working there and I don't like to cause drama, you know? But when someone else does it, it can be really fucking entertaining to watch, you know? That's why I don't like to cause drama. I like to sit back and watch it happen, though. Because it can be somewhat entertaining. It can also be somewhat of a pain in the ass sometimes, but yeah, it can be very entertaining at times, that is for sure. So anyway, I hope you guys got a little bit of a chuckle out of that, because I thought it was pretty fucking hilarious myself. I laughed so hard when I read that. It was so good. And yeah, I definitely needed that. Alright. Either way, guys, peace out.